welcome to the first series, or first in a series of our little Future Kings kind of VoD review. Our hope is, this first one is on us, but after this, we're hoping to, get these video reviews done for anybody that's a Patreon subscriber, anything like that. Kind of just help everybody improve their gameplay. Again, that's kind of the aim of the league is get people on teams and get people playing with friends and, making connections. So if you're improving along the way, even better. We're going to be watching Asylum for this first map. He looks to be kind of the second sub for Nicklet's nukes. So we'll load into this map here, and we're straight out the gate. Any thoughts initially, Nick? You're the guy that plays with him. Anything like off the rip that you think we should be looking out for, or that he does well, or what's the move?
From what I can see, he plays probably a little bit slower than CJ off the rip, like most maps, just speed wise. But you see him, he's doing a good job here. Like he's already thinking about trying to get the next round of rotations for P2.
And he gets caught in a slimy corner by Odessa. That is
Yeah.
Moscow, Moscow HP. You
At
do
its
everything
finest.
right, but
Yeah.
sometimes you don't check every single corner in these very deep maps.
Yeah, I think as a sub there, maybe playing on inner laundry, like on small door, is a little smarter, and just playing your life until you can get teammates. Like here he's pushing long gunfights. Like these are kind of difficult to win as a sub player unless you get good timings. So I don't think the idea is bad, but maybe just playing on the inner of laundry and then playing around street there is slightly easier gunfights for him.
Yeah, I try to play just some more close quarter engagements.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. He does seem to have a few little AR tendencies, which I do believe he is an AR outside of this league. So
Okay.
it's not surprising that he kind of switched. Well, at least when I scrimmed him, he was. But yeah, not surprising. But he's gonna be kind of doing what he has to do, I guess. Again, CJ's getting time there. Maybe get to the hill a little faster. Just hit into it so that at least they know. Even if you die, they know where people are coming from. But yeah, kind of in a weird spot on that last one through lobby.
I like the early rotation again. So it seems to have good just base knowledge of, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want, where I want to go. This is what's important next. That's good. Here I think so. Just for me personally, there's one guy that we haven't seen in a long time. That being Odessa. Odessa was also the one that kind of ratted him out on that early kill earlier on. We're lucky that we have Codcaster, but his team did just get 3 down, and we see that because 1, 3, and 4 for blue are all spawning street. As soon as you know that, and as soon as you know you have help from, it looks like CJ and Mello, I think being a lot more aggressive and pushing back here just to clear out that spawn is super important. Yes, I know hill is coming up. Yes, we want that initial, but I'm much more worried about getting pinched with that 1 rat in the back and then 3 spawning up. And I would really prefer, he kind of dawdled around on hill there a little. I would prefer a push straight into this library. He's getting here now, but just being super duper aggro. Even if you trade out, you're going to spawn here, so it's not that big of a deal. You'll see even some of the pro teams, if they get a disadvantageous spawn, but they know their team has it, they'll literally just kill themselves because it's faster. So I think here it's almost the same idea. Play like a psycho, try to find this guy and nail down where he is, and then from there we can go. Because you're going to have hill regardless. Sure, they miss maybe 1 or 2 seconds, but it looks like Siege is picking it up. Eventually kind of gets that pinch with Mello, which is good, but I think doing that even a little bit earlier would have been nice. Just to allow their setup here to really be fully rooted in. Because here you see, because it took longer, I think Mello winds up getting killed out of the back. Because he had to kind of sprint all the way to those back steps and get set up. He couldn't really find a good spot. He didn't have time to think about what he wanted to do.
Yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to do, at least on this hill.
Mm-hmm.
Again, a lot of the time, it's easy for that sub player to want to just back up and try to take the chow, but when you're getting later in the seconds, you're not trying to break them
Just
out of
lay
the spawn.
down.
Just lay down, gather as much time as you can.
Totally.
Hopefully they'll keep that spawn, and you can just trap them so hard. It does kind of work on a double-edged sword because ultimately the trap on this side, I think, is way better. If you can get up close enough to them and trap them in for P4, it's
Totally.
so hard to get out.
Hmm.
But also the same thing happens here. As soon as you get up far and die, if you don't have anybody else street, you, for whatever reason, get the worst spawn ever in the game, and that's all the way back in lobby. So
Hmm.
it's it's a crazy rotation, but just like I said, AR tendencies takes out a second AR on this hill, which
I think
is
it's good.
fine, to be honest. Our third AR actually on this
That'd be
hill.
third.
Especially with
Been
these
running.
spawns, I'm fine with it. Like this is literally just who can look over the hill better. If you have 3 ARs, it's like it's done.
Well, most people run 3 ARs just in general on this map. Not
Yeah.
there's a couple hills that yeah you can get away with 2 subs, but for a majority of the time, because everything's so spawn dependent on this map, it never hurts to have a third AR out that can just be an extra body to rotate. It's
Yeah.
so tough.
Super early rotation again from him. I'm enjoying this. I think this is a great spot to sit as well. It picks up where they would come off of natural spawns, but you're also not going to get caught by that Eskies push unless he just straight up beats you in the gunfight and trades out like that. Right?
Reads you.
Well, I mean, it was a trade, right? So
Yeah.
there's not a ton you can do in that gunfight, but overall, I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Little
Again,
little COD timing there. I think for me on this one, I'm happy to just contest, right? So if we go back just a tiny bit. So again, just thinking about spawns. So he knows he has 2, but he's got 2 guys behind him on his team. Like when you're on this side, I think you're only focusing on contesting, getting any time that you like happen to get because the other team plays dumb, or holding spawns. Right? Like you want
Yeah.
the far spawn, you want PD spawn, which CJ and Mello are doing a good job of keeping right now, or at least Mello's doing a good job. I think Siege is spawning up, but you want this spawn, so the onus to push is on the other team. So like I don't necessarily think he needs to go psycho here and challenge anything. He even has another teammate in hill. Obviously they get killed out here, but I think both of them are playing pretty aggressive. Like he's diving into a 1v3 here. I think maybe just sit down, maybe play slow into that spot that he was in before, or play slow on the near heady here, and he's in a much better spot. He's able to contest for, now they're going to lose, 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds off of it because of that. So just little things that I think can wind up making a big difference. Looking over here, I think is nice.
At this point,
Yeah,
I think
this-
he's got to be in the full thought of just holding.
Yep.
Which he is. He's doing exactly what he should be doing.
Again, I
Holding
could
flat,
see a little
chill.
contest here. I think if I was him, I'd maybe be looking street side because it's getting around push time, and street is typically where other teams' ARs want to break. But I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like, should he be looking street? Should he be contesting? What's the thought process?
He's kind of in a tough spot ultimately. He can't contest because they have full street control, so there's nowhere that he's going to be able to get out and contest.
Mm.
They've guy on time Odessa, then whoever 3 is, Brady's on street.
Mhm.
So there's no chance he's going to be able to contest. He might be able to at least watch across the street, but
Mm.
if he's still feeling pressure on the hill, thinking maybe there's more than one guy, which really there isn't. There is only one guy besides the guy rotating in from gold. So I guess it's Hydro. It probably is just better to hold off pressure there and make the rotation longer and hope that Nick on the street side is going to get that kill.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Again, if you can get a full 60, which is not entirely likely, like if you can get over 30 seconds on the next hill, you're feeling good, though.
Yeah, and you're most of the time going to have that happen. Yeah, for me, I think you're spot on. I would probably look to mid. I would scan out. Like here, he looks to bottom. He picks up simplexed, so he knows only 3 guys on the map at the most, right? For me, that at least one guy's on the hill. You cleaned the simplex kill was on the hill, so I would guess only one guy is on the hill right now. If they have more, then they're in a bad spot. So you're going to be guessing guys are street. You're going to be guessing guys are maybe Eskies, probably not. But he picks up the 1 kill, so one guy's on hill. One guy's probably street. So for me, I would clear street. As soon as he gets that kill, I would clear street, and then I would look to contest. Because it's a 1v1. and you can save your team 10 seconds. And again, you have spawn, so if you do wind up dying, it only costs you 3 seconds, and you're just keeping that because you're spawning so close to the next hill. So I agree with you. I would prioritize that street. He winds up contesting here after a little.
Yeah, he didn't clear street.
He didn't clear
He
street.
didn't clear street, and the weird part is Brady didn't push street, so it's
Yeah.
like the.
And I think
like-
that's the other piece is that normally I would anticipate that street guy to just be bombing street.
Yeah, especially with 10 seconds left into the rotation.
Yeah, but again, I think that little contest is okay if he had done it. If he had like gotten the kill on simplex, cleared street right away, and then contested, I think he would have been able to live for a couple more seconds.
Yeah, and then
He gets a
because
bad
he
spawn.
slides out, he gets that lobby
Mhm.
spawn. Yeah, but it's all fine if Nick in the back. Oh, yeah, as long as they hold the middle push and the street push here, they're gonna be fine. He gets up middle, which is probably the better play rather than flooding through lobby. He knows what side they're gonna be on.
Yeah, he's getting really good timing on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, he had the worst time.
Yeah, he had worse
lost his
timing.
kill there, and then someone came behind him as soon as he hopped out the window. But yeah, I prefer definitely going through middle rather than Eskies, just because I find Eskies the lobby. If Nick dies top PD and they manage to get
Then
somebody
you're
there,
screwed.
he's just throwing his life immediately. While if he went up through checkers, then maybe he trades out someone trying to cross through or something and saves.
Yeah, I was gonna say holding this like this platform, like and just watching the cross probably would have been really effective as well.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say we had just killed one out, and then I think it's like CJ gets a kill, so we know 2 are spawning. We know because of where we spawned, he's gonna spawn street. There's no shot they spawn Eskies, so I think flipping around and sitting here, and again just kind of maybe looking mid, is the way to go because you can play off that pillar that's behind you and not get beamed from bottom laundry. But I would be looking.
Yeah, I do see they're flanking him through checkers now.
Yeah, and really talking about, he got good timing. Like he got good timing because this guy's a second behind him, and then so it's like if this guy's a second earlier or if you're a second later, like that choice gets you gunned in the back really easily. So I think I would have got here, spun around, boom, and then I think he winds up when he dies. I think he gets splits again, maybe. I think it's split again. No.
Yeah, we kill Odessa, so I think
because you kill
fine.
Odessa. Yeah, because you kill Odessa. Because basically, I think that line of spawns is drawn like here, basically. Like if somebody's able to break kind of this mid thing here, it goes parallel almost, and then if somebody's able to break back here, it's so because you get this kill. So again, just like fine margins, and he gets a little lucky with it, I think, but. I would have turned and looked mid. So here we wiped their team. I don't know what comms are like, but
yeah, it seems like what they're doing is just flooding lobby, so he comes over to help.
I like the help.
I probably would have just held the plant rather than getting he finds a sub so that wow, Brady beams him, but finds a sub. I probably would just be holding. I wouldn't have chow, but
I think holding the tree there is just holding the tree is the way to do it.
Yeah, it's either break off and leave whoever there by themselves, or just hold and get as much time for free as you can. Don't chow it if you don't have to. But Mello was on a very early rotation, but kind of got stuck in gold and go farther. So
well, I think he waited. Mello, I don't know. Again, I don't know what comms are like, but I think Mello waited for them to kind of all go together, and you notice they're playing together, clearing together.
Yeah, I think in this instance, I told Asylum and I spawned together, and I said I'm gonna go all the way through. I said I'm gonna go all the way through street, all the way through bank, and you guys play like gold together.
What do you guys think? What's the best way to break this hill? Do you like that like all the way around flank? Like what's the when you guys talk about it? What's the way you guys do it, Nick?
For our team, like for this team, haven't really like broke it down too much, but on our out of league team, we're usually sending at least 2 like all the way through bank, or even like the steps like outside bank, like outside gold. And we're basically trying to hit like we want our ARs hitting the back, while like our subs are like basically messing around in elbow and like the front of hill, basically just being annoying. Because then once we have the back control, every spawn we get, they're going to spawn out.
Yeah, as
Interesting.
long as you get one, so as long as one person, if you can get one person from the back to commit further up to like elbow, then as soon as you get that kill, you are in a good spot because
Yeah.
all their chows are so tough. Because especially if you're hitting the back with an AR, you have almost like a staircase heady as soon as you get close to the yard. So they're just taking open body challenges against you, but. It seems like Asylum's gonna wait with Mello, probably work elbow here while Nick hits the back. I think Nick's probably gonna get lucky on Simplex because just looking at where number 4 is on the minimap, he doesn't seem to really be in position watching it.
Yeah. I
Maybe
think
he's on an off angle, but
for me, I see a lot of teams put either 2 eyes elbow or 2 eyes front. So I like to have one AR player because I think the gunfights are easier for ARs from the front. So hitting from eskies and just kind of being a nuisance here, biding time. And then as like kind of just pulling eyes because they'll pull the elbow player to potentially challenge. Once elbow becomes one player watching and the back becomes one player watching, then I love having 2 players that can kind of push this either steps or elbow, and depending on how the picks go, they can flood into one of them. Because I think basically what you're trying to do is either pry away library, that's like the prize, or
Yeah.
pry away elbow. If you can pry away elbow, like Doyle was saying earlier, you can almost just spawn trap them in the back here. So I think for me, it's 2 players playing the trades like Mello and Asylum here are looking to do, like just playing opposite corners, looking to trade out. I would kind of prefer one of these guys as a sub just because I feel like some of these gunfights in elbow are a little easier on a sub, but again, it's really not that big of a deal. And then I love Nick hitting the back. I think going all the way through bank is a little unnecessary. It gets you a slightly better gunfight here, but not a big deal. I think it
Yeah,
works.
the only reason I do it, I know we're not breaking down mine, is because right, like in that left corner when you come out of bank,
Yeah.
I've been
People
burned so many times.
can be
like,
right here.
not checking that corner. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. And I've like I said, I think this does get you a slightly better gunfight. I think when you have this control though, it's easy to just come here.
Yeah.
So, and then again, like so they get a pick there. I would have preferred if Mello after that pick there. Yeah, so you see Mello goes elbow then, like off of that trade, and then we break through elbow. Like that was brilliant, and it goes really well because Nick gets the kill in back as well. So they break off.
Was holding it, so it got free through, but Asylum picks up a good area to hold the front. Almost gets 2.
I did think that was good to flood into the front. That was nice. Just looking over.
Yeah, if you get an early break, typically they're going to just be flooding back at you. Just because they usually get a close lobby spawn, they know you're kind of in a weird spot.
Well, I think most of the time when you're getting an early break, it's 4 down or 3 down, and it's they're going to come from one spot.
Yeah, exactly. Good idea here to watch the checkers cross. Just cutting the people off rotation. Helps out and busts as long as he gets them. Yes, he does. That's fine. And then dies to the worst heady in the game sometimes.
So he's got a little bit of a habit here of almost like over challenging. So like he doesn't know that anybody's in glass. And that's how he challenges. So for me, like this reticle placement is awful. I would be looking here, here. Like you got to look at the corners here where people are more likely to come from. Or really, like if you know somebody's glass, like you hear them or whatever, then you can be looking glass. Like it looks like there was a call out of somebody in glass probably, but you got to imagine that he's moved on. So
Yeah.
either 1, 2, or 3 is where you got to look.
Actually, I'll tell you this call out. He's in the pillar, like cut out, like that corner.
Oh, is he? Okay. Yeah, okay. So then even less reason to be looking here.
Yeah.
And I also just hate the jump because you're totally exposed. There's absolutely nothing protecting you. This heady is advantageous for the other player, so you're screwing yourself. And then instantly off the back, he still gets the win because again, he kind of like slowly moves in, and the timing works out where he's behind a heady for that. But even look at his strafing; he strafes out of it. So just stick on the heady, and trust your shots, or strafe to your right, so you're strafing behind cover.
He's probably most likely worried about them getting to the rotation faster, so he's like kind of in a thought of, I want to get there fast, but I want to clear cuts, and then you never know again what the callouts were like.
Totally. So this
Nick's
is fine.
seeing pressure and bus already might have been thinking There's like 2 or 3 on L, 2 or 3. I don't know.
So this one's crazy to me. He's weak. 55 health. Challenges.
Yeah.
These are 50-50, if not worse, challenges, because if they're on Globe or Bus, you're fucked. Like, you're just done for. Biggest thing for me is I would play this slow. You've got CJ and Rat, so yes, you don't have hill time, but you're doubling their score. You don't need to do anything. Like, you don't need to speed up. You know what I mean?
I would prefer him just to let CJ contest and Rad, and I
Yep.
would have just tried to slide over to Bus from Pillars, to be honest.
Yeah.
100%.
He saw Nick die in Pillars, and this is a
100%.
classic that everybody's starting to do now with the air, is always jump on the Bus.
Mhm.
It's risky, but it's an offline, so usually they're not expecting it completely to someone going fully exposed, so I
think
like this.
you'll typically pick up like 2 for 1 on doing it.
Yeah, and again, this is like so nice. You just watch Street. He's just sending them so far back there, which is a good play.
And it just spawns up and does it on cooldown. Yeah.
Yeah. I think we have a little smooch here, actually.
Switch everything up.
Oh, there you go.
We had a little kiss.
Nick didn't move.
No, I wasn't moving. I actually said hello when he ran in front of me. I was like, hello.
So going next, trying to get initial.
Baits his teammate. Good play, actually. I would have baited my teammate there, too. Picks up a sub in the credit corner. Even better.
Nick's on a killing spree. Let's go, Nick.
Yeah, I got melted.
That was a great little pre-aim to look back. Good recognition of like, okay, they're not pushing from street. Our team is spawning street, meaning they're spawning splits, which is going to be like Esky side and P3 side. So good little.
And I think he knows he's pretty much screwed here.
He does. Yeah. He just tries to pre-fire because he probably thought he's gonna get slid on or challenged quick. So good thought.
I think it's fine.
Maybe pre-fire a guy not ready.
I do think Asylum switching to the third AR here, and he did that on his own. That wasn't like discussed. I don't know. I don't even remember if he's like said he was switching to a third AR, but
it was good.
I think that really opened up the.
I think it helped him a lot personally.
Yeah.
Expects the street guy, and Nick gets him anyway.
We're doing a weird play here with 4 guys on the.
Well, you win off this. You win off this, so I like this. You don't need to play next. You're just looking corners. Like this is basically how we beat Doyle.
Yeah, there's other reasons why you beat me, but
we 5-stacked hill at the very end because as soon as you call somebody can win off of something, it's like let's rock. So, so overall pretty good. Hopefully that was a little bit helpful for Asylum, just looking at some habits. Overall, I would say great early rotations, work on a little bit of cursor control, like where you're aiming. Cursor sounds weird when we're playing control.
Oh, keyboard.
Sorry. Well, it's a CS term. It's a CS term, isn't it? Cursor control? So just looking at a little bit of mechanics, and then during the gunfights as well, I would say just playing your cover. There was the one on P2 as well where Doyle had said he would probably have just laid down. So you're like fighting one way and you're exposed on your side or your back. I would just say look into kind of be really picky about how you're playing those would help a lot because that'll help you get those 2-piece trades that you're not going to get otherwise. Like it's going to take 3 guys to take you down instead of just the 2, or the other guy's going to have to play aggressive to get at you. So any last thoughts from you boys?
Yeah, it's just the only thing I thought about the gameplay is just that there's some scenarios where playing your life and getting no time is probably more important than just trying to slide in or get the time or challenge out. But really, that's the only thing I saw. Again, pretty good play. They nearly 100-point club the team, so no one's doing bad in 100-point clubbing.
Totally.
My end, I think it was just smart. Like he realized like it's gonna be more beneficial to the team and like for him if he pulls out like a third AR.
Yeah, and he did pick up a sub in certain situations that definitely benefited him as well when you guys needed it.
Yep.
Awesome. So overall, good job, Asylum. Thanks for volunteering to be our guinea pig. We appreciate it. It's always a little sweaty moment when you're getting your gameplay reviewed, especially in front of everybody. But we appreciate it. Hopefully, it helps you get better, and we're looking forward to doing more of these for everybody out there. I think VoD review is important for anybody. The pros do it. Anybody at any level can do it, and it can help. So again, thanks guys. That's it for the day. See you later.